Stop coughing now.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
Don't tell me what to live my life.
All right. So, what the fuck are we talking about today?
Vulgarity.
Is my middle name.
Is it?
No.
Oh.
It's Lorraine. I don't know why I said that.
You're weird.
I know.
That's okay though.
Thanks.
We just ate some food, so I forgive you. You know
so
how
food makes you weird?
You know how your blood.
I'm sorry. Continue. That's my word.
I know.
Oh.
That's not your word.
I invented
Other people,
it.
No.
Anyway, you know how the food. You know how the food does something.
Food makes blood go to you.
Bye. I'm sorry.
That's annoying. I am going to pour that on you. Why did that make you laugh?
I don't know. Violence gives me joy.
That in your face.
Because anytime I think you threaten anything near violence, because you're not a violent man, at least towards me, it makes me laugh. Not like I'm ridiculing you, but it just means I've pushed you too far.
You have pushed me.
Mm-hmm. So, what do we want to talk about?
I don't know.
Okay. Cool.
I kind of liked the topic of...
Is he barking?
No, that's the bird.
Is it?
Yeah.
Cool.
He was on top of his cage.
Oh.
Kind of biting at it? Is that what you would call it?
Yeah.
Well, they do a weird, thing with their beaks that isn't really biting.
Gumming? Like when
they don't have gums.
I know. Don't they? Maybe they do.
Do they have gums?
I have no idea.
Up underneath?
I have no idea.
Or is the thing, that their nose hole is in, is that their gums, technically? Wouldn't that be weird?
I don't know. I know. I'm just now realizing how little I know about birds. Wow. Mouths.
Yeah.
Beaks. Whatever.
Well, so yeah, he was chewing at his cage within his cage.
Oh. Cageception?
Sure.
That wasn't difficult. I'm ashamed.
A cage within a cage.
Mm-hmm.
Within a cage.
In a world where a cage is within a cage.
Mm-hmm.
Inception?
How old is that movie?
Getting
up there?
I don't know. Probably 10 years. I mean,
my gosh.
Yeah. Probably 8 or 10 years.
Time just needs to slow down. It just needs to fucking take a break.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It ain't gonna.
I know.
Mm. So I kind of want to lay some, I keep saying lay some foundation or something for the listeners that may someday be
all two of you, which is us. It's just us.
Is that clearly we're just starting out.
Uh-huh.
And not that I'm making excuses for us, but I am kind of making excuses for us, is we're trying to figure out our voice, right? Would you call it that? Trying to, we want to have fun with this. We want to enjoy it. We want to talk about what we want to talk about, but we also want to make it a thing, successful.
You have to do what you like, but you also have to cater a little bit to people.
Yes.
Otherwise, you are just kind of off in your corner. Doing the things you like.
You said, we're the audience then. Then that's just a podcast for us.
It's the exact same with doing art.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have to do what you like in order to enjoy it and to have a genuine passion behind it that people can see. But you also have to cater a little bit.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like I said, you're just kind of in your corner doing stuff that people don't really care about.
Mm-hmm. Right. So where would you say, what's a good example of something where you kind of had to cater or, I don't want to say sell out, but, because it's not that. It's just kind of finding that middle ground where you're still enjoying it and basically doing your passion, but you're
Well,
making it, successful and in demand and meeting a demand.
like for art,
Yeah.
I think drawing the little burger barbarian guy
Mhm.
and the little burrito guy that I just did,
Mm.
I think those were fun because they have like that fantasy element,
Mhm.
but at the same time, it's not like too overly done because it's like a
Mhm.
burger, and I
Still
don't
kind
know,
of whimsical and just your kind of weird, quirky.
it's kind of new and fun and just painting,
Mhm.
Um,
Mixing two things you really love, which is
yeah, that's
food and art,
that's what I was gonna say. I
delicious
like
burgers and burritos
I
and
like
art.
food,
Hmm.
and looking at food is nice.
And waiting for it to go into your mouth.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice. I like food.
But if it can't, seeing it on someone's wall eventually. I
Yeah,
mean,
so I like food.
you said that like 3 times.
Oh,
I
sorry.
like food. So I like it.
so so I like food.
I like drawing food and eating food and touching
Yeah,
food.
nice.
But that's a thing that you've done where you have kind of maybe anticipated. You're doing something you enjoy, but you're also kind of anticipating a demand for it.
And people like that kind of weird stuff.
Mhm.
Like what am I saying? What am I thinking?
I call it like whimsical, which maybe is the wrong kind of word because maybe that leans too much towards like funny little fairies or gnomes or something. But
People love weird little cute
kind of
stuff.
quirky.
Like
Yeah.
like sushi with faces on it
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
basically that.
Well, food with faces is like always kind of cute and popular,
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's done really grotesquely or scarily.
Yeah.
Um,
So it's basically in that same niche, but like I'm actually enjoying it.
mhm.
So I think that's kind of what I mean. Nobody's commissioned it.
Yeah,
Nobody's
right.
commissioned that
That's what
for
I
me
was
yet,
getting at is
but
you're kind of anticipating a demand maybe for it or a
I just did it because I wanted to, and I enjoyed it a
right.
lot, and people liked it a lot.
But
Like
on some
both.
level, as you're drawing it, are you kind of going? Is your enjoyment elevated because you anticipate others'
Well,
future enjoyment of it? You know
yeah,
what I mean?
I think having a little bit of success in your work is always nice.
Mhm.
It's nice to have that recognition because, I mean, years and years of putting work into stuff and then just not having anybody care or see it, like
Mhm.
it's kind of a downer.
Mhm.
It's nice when you put work into something and people like it.
Mhm.
It's kind of weird. Like you can't just, I mean, some people I'm sure can be happy just off in their corner, you know, making stuff and not caring about what people think.
Maybe if you're independently wealthy and you're just doing it for.
Yeah.
But I still think even then, eventually you want to make it for others to view because we're social creatures and mostly not truly solitary. So you want to have a connection. And I think most of us want to produce something, like do some output, whatever that is. And so, I mean, there's times where I think you just draw something because you want to. Like, what's an example of something that you just drew for yourself, like purely as possible, for yourself without thinking, I think someone's going to enjoy this. Like, you know what I mean?
There's always been a little bit of that. I think somebody's going to like it thought because
usually someone will, but.
Well, and the problem with making things for yourself is that there's narcissism in it. But like, I think if you're I don't want to say a normal person, but that's what's coming to mind. Like if you're a normal person, you're going to create something and maybe you'll like it for a little bit, but then you're going to be like, oh, and you're going to be cringing at it within like a month or a week or a year or whatever.
If it's just something you did for yourself, you mean?
Yeah, no matter what. If it's just for yourself or for other people, but things for yourself, like why make something for yourself that's gonna, I guess that's okay.
If it's just like a pure expression of your insides,
But the difference is that other people will like the stuff way beyond the point of you being like, ooh, I don't like that anymore, you know?
No, I didn't really follow that. Sorry.
Like self-criticism is a lot stronger than external criticism.
Oh, so people will like it more than you will hate it or be cringing at it, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's the same for all art forms and stuff.
So is that your subtle way of telling me to not be agonizing so much over what we're talking about? Because I'm going back now and going, why would anyone want to listen to this?
Yeah. I think you have to have a good balance of like of both do it for yourself and do it for other people. It has to be you're walking this weird little like tightrope all the time.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely makes me think twice about where I've criticized, because I do it a lot. And I think partly because when I watch things, whether it's YouTubers or just like sitcoms, you know, and in the beginning, not always, but, you know, sometimes a show takes a minute to hit its stride, you know, but a lot of times it's so fresh because even though they obviously wanted it to be successful, they were just going with what, that was a weird noise. They were just going with what they wanted to write. And then maybe other, you know, producers or network executives like got involved and like, you know, diluted it or, you know, had too much input, or they just thought, we want to keep this going, so we're going to just increase that aspect of it. And then it's like, oh, it loses its freshness. And I have acknowledged, you know, as I get critical, that they kind of have to, like, it's hard. It's not your money, you know, maybe you don't really have a choice, but it's also frustrating to see something go from fresh and interesting and creative and unique to, you know, repetitive or just take something to the extreme.
Yeah.
You know, like with The Walking Dead or whatever, where it's like, damn, you know, it's hard to maintain it, and it's also hard to walk that line. I think you have to be so vigilant.
Because there is a balance, because it's not just doing everything for the people is the wrong way.
Yeah.
Also, being totally blind of your fan base or viewer base is also very bad and not, you know, it's not going to help you if you want any kind of success or want any kind of, you know, viewers or listeners or whatever.
I mean, so I think you have to probably, you end up having to make hard choices if you're in a successful program, whatever it is. You know, are we going to continue because the fans like it? Or are we going to up, you know, this factor because the fans like it, but I'm actually kind of getting bored of it? Or are we going to take it into the direction that we want to take it in, you know, or I as the creator or developer, because this is what I want to do, and I'm doing this as some kind of, you know, expression of, you know, my personal dreams or creative whatever. And maybe that means that you're not going to be successful, or you're going to be less successful, or you're going to end the program because you just don't feel it anymore, but you're also foregoing success and money. I probably shouldn't step on that. It's all squeaky.
And just expression, like, you know, creative release, which I think is important as well. Because I'll have, you know, months of doing work for clients, and sometimes it's good. Sometimes I feel like I can express myself and enjoy it. And other times I'm just like following their details to a T. And it's just like draining and not fun. And then I'll do a personal drawing or something, you know, something for fun. And it's like, yes.
Kind of remember, this is why I'm doing this.
And just, yeah, that, and also just makes you feel good. Very basic, makes you feel good and gives you a little bit of passion and a little bit more like strength to go on with the BS, you know?
I don't know if
not that clients are BS.
Totally, we love the clients,
but like, no, sometimes they you know, some clients will have a stranglehold on a project, or will be giving you the runaround. It's like, it's exhausting sometimes.
And it is their kind of vision, and you kind of have to follow that. So it's nice if you get to have some artistic license, but it's their dream that you're drawing.
Yeah, and I'm just saying for the ones that are like very specific.
Like really micromanaging. Yeah.
Some are.
Well, you've definitely got a few that are, have that nice balance of, like telling you kind of the general direction, or, here's things I'm maybe very particular about, but otherwise take off with it, and put your stamp on it.
But even then you have to be careful, because some people will say, yeah, just go for it.
And they don't mean it.
And they think they mean it.
Yeah.
But then when they see what you've come up with, and they're like, that's not what I had in mind at all. It's like, well, I'm not
in
reader.
Your mind. Yeah.
Like I can't see what you're seeing. So be as specific as possible. But that's the problem that's a whole different thing, though. Like
a whole different
we're getting
topic.
way into the art career
stuff. We just kind of went there. But I wasn't sure if we had laid again, I keep using that phrase. If we had described for the listeners,
lay the
foundation because I'm a builder, of what you actually do, because it might be unclear. Because so you're a digital artist.
I draw drawings for a living.
Yeah. So you've been doing that freelance for 3.5, 4 years. Like that. I mean, we've been together for like 4.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really track that very well. We don't do like anniversaries, first date, first kiss, first whatever. I don't know.
First
But some people are like, first time we met, first time we kissed, first time we got married. I mean, the anniversary,
first time we married in front of each other.
Yeah, totally. Baby's first fart. I don't know. Baby's first kiss. But where was I going with that? Oh, so yeah, I don't really remember when you started doing the freelance stuff for full time.
I think it was.
And you stopped doing the tattooing.
I think it was probably like a year into our relationship.
Maybe.
Something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I was like.
So it could be like 3.5 years. You weren't really complaining a lot. I mean, compared to the stress that you were dealing with. So Brandon bought a tablet that you draw on and use a program like Corel or now Photoshop, and I don't know if we want to talk about that, but
that's fine.
And then basically it's for people who are writing books or designing video games or card games, and he just does illustrations for them. So especially for people who aren't artists, they don't really understand, because I didn't really understand how that worked, and just how much was digital in terms of art and stuff. So
yeah, like everything is digital nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean,
but because you were still doing,
I was trying to do traditional painting, and it's just like
acrylic. I couldn't think of the word.
There's not really much of there's not really much business in it anymore.
Yeah. And it's so labor intensive and material intensive that
time consuming.
And then to try to make money off of it, it's great. I mean, especially for the last few people you did them for, like they were thrilled, and they know that it's like your brush strokes and, capturing their.
It's the same with digital. It's just not it's not a physical thing unless you print it out, but it's still
but it's just very like you actually did it with your hand. I mean, it's just
did it by hand on my tablet.
But with paintbrushes, that's how people. I'm saying. That's how people, because like I was talking to someone at work who, was interested in a painting, and I said, oh, he doesn't do that anymore. And she was like, oh, that's too bad. I was like, it just doesn't make any money. Like it takes so long, and it's harder to fix mistakes or whatever. I don't know if you want to call it,
money to begin with. You have to have money to buy the supplies.
And you just have like a shitload of paints and canvases and brushes, and then you have this one thing when you're done. And it's great that you like it, but what would you sell it for? $100? I mean,
yeah, I think I just sold. I think the most expensive ones would go for like maybe 3, 4.
But that's like, I mean, how many hours would you put into it?
A lot. A lot. Oh, squishing my face.
That's a lot. It's really a lot.
I put a lot of time in painting those.
Anyway, so I just wanted the people the two people later.
I was doing it.
No. Oh, that's fine. I started to do it. Anyway, I just wanted the two of us for when we're listening later to know, to be clear on what it is that you do.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. Hopefully. I'm optimistic that there will be more. But yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to we just kind of went there naturally, and I wanted to
okay.
Yeah, have them know what it is you do. And,
cool.
The beauty that is you as an artist.
You're sweet.
Mm-hmm. I know.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, I don't want to talk about what I do, if that's where you're going next, because I'm not passionate about that.
I wasn't going to, maybe just because, stuff's been...
Give and take? Oh.
There have been some... Are you shaking?
Maybe. I did have a yerba mate. But also it's like when your leg is, or arm or something is propped a certain way, and that muscle isn't super strong, and there's like quivering.
We're cramped up in a closet.
No, we're not. We're in an expensive studio recording.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because we can afford that.
I'm sitting on a sleeping bag.
Uh-huh. That may or may not have been pissed on by the neighbor's dog when we were evacuated in October. Yeah.
Something like that.
I hope the neighbor doesn't listen. But, whatever. I mean, they're nice people, but their dog comes over and pisses on stuff.
Yeah, he peed on a sleeping bag. Although your mom probably shouldn't have left it out.
Yeah, but it was out for like 10 minutes in our yard while we were waiting to load it up to go sleep on a floor.
Oh, yeah. That's
true. It wasn't like, I'm going to leave this out because,
I'm going to leave this out.
Because I want someone to shit on it. Or I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Or in case there are any homeless animals come by and need a sleeping bag. No, it wasn't like that. It was like, this is what we're loading up in the car before we lose power and are evacuated for 3 days or whatever it was.
Oh, man. It was 5 days of no power.
Was it 5 days?
The town caught on fire.
Oh, yeah. We didn't have power till Friday. We lost power Sunday night.
I remember because I had to tell my clients. Yeah. And I had this ding-dong that I was working
Who shall remain unnamed.
What was his name?
Exactly.
He was wanting all these different changes, and I kept telling him, sorry, it's getting delayed. I can't do anything on it. I think we lost power twice, maybe. I don't remember. We lost power for 5 days. That set me back a lot because I had to catch up on everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then, he was like he's my only bad review on my...
Because of that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you told me about that.
I don't know if it was because of that.
Mm.
He kept changing his mind on what he wanted for the artwork.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to meet it, but it's like the quality's suffering because you are incapable of making your mind up.
Mm-hmm.
Complaining about people. That was beautiful.
Excuse me. Yerba mate. What was that flavor? It was like
barfing voice. It is a small room. It's too small of a room to be doing that.
I thought it'd be okay because it was like fruity.
That's no excuse.
It's not how that works. Well, I enjoyed it.
Minty.
I enjoyed it. Anyway, any hooser. Try not to make noise when you do that, because... I'm just kidding. So anyway, yeah, we're what do I do? What the waddy language. It sucks when you try to be funny and you just fall flat on your fascia.
Your face?
Yeah.
Every time you say...
Fascia is Italian for face.
Every time you say fascia as face, it just reminds me of Goldmember. When he's like, my fascia, or whatever.
Is that face? What is he using it as? Was it like his butt or something?
He's talking about my father.
Oh! I've never seen the movie. Because
every time you say that, I'm like,
oh,
father.
Stop talking about your fascia.
I was talking about your
I don't know where that came from, but I feel like I'll have to look it up because I'm pretty sure it's not Italian or any language, but somebody said it.
Just like the Swango language of like, I'm skanky. You keep using that word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
Well, I always knew that it meant, slutty or dirty or hoary or whatever. Mm-hmm. But then
all of the above,
all those things, not complimentary.
Acceptable for...
And then my aunt started using it. I think she just liked the word, and then she would use it to mean like dirty, like I need a shower, I'm skanky. And then like it kind of became an inside family word to mean
all you have to do is change that one
I kind of
consonant.
didn't even think about that was where it came
from.
Yeah.
When I was like when people call me Brian, like that's nothing like it. The only letter that's the same is the B and the A and the R and the N.
And then
so just the I guess, is the only one that's...
And there's like a couple extra letters or something. I don't know. Yeah, but it was just like that. Mm-hmm. So anyway, she says, she'll kind of also do this little like shimmy, like, I need a shower, I'm skanky. And like the first time I was like, I don't know if I told her or she just didn't care. And she just kept using it. And then I started using it. And then I think you heard me use it and you were like, that's not... Because it just kind of fit. Like, it shouldn't be a nasty, dirty word. It should just mean, like, I need a shower. Because it's just kind of a
Change the
cute
K.
word.
Change the K to a T.
But that's not fun.
That's all you have to do.
It's just, I think it was fun because it was sort of like, it's a bad word. It's a bad, dirty, prostitute word or whatever. Insulting word. But we're making it into a less... like it's like I need a shower.
That's not how words work.
In the family, okay, we don't go out in the... Well, I hope she's not going out in the world saying, I'm skanky.
Out in the world?
No, I didn't. I said it to you like in the car or something. I need a shower. I'm skanky. Anyway,
it's probably just not a good habit to use words
we made it our own
on purpose.
And we can do whatever we want. And if it leads to uncomfortable misunderstandings and weird looks, so be it.
That's the spirit.
Mm-hmm. Words are our own. Words are not the property of anyone else. They're fluid.
Words
They're changing.
Are the property of the society.
Merriam-Webster dictionary.
You better conform. Otherwise, people are going to be confused by your nonsense
I'm fine with that.
You're using.
I'm fine with that. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. Where were we going with that? How did we end up there?
Thank you all for watching.
They're not watching.
Thank you all for listening.